Arkansas Game and Fish Commission, inviting you to join me every Wednesday morning for the latest news from the great outdoors. It's brought to you by Arts Marine in North Little Rock, now under new ownership, but with the same familiar faces and incredible service you've known for years, plus the area's best selection of boating parts and supplies.
For a nation searching for a voice to guide it through this modern-day wilderness of popular culture, politics, business, and sports. In these troubled times, we turn to one man. That man is Bill Vickery. Born with rural American values, possessed with superhuman brain capacity, buttery smooth charm, razor-sharp wit, chiseled good looks. He's chosen to use his superpowers for the good of all mankind. So this Sunday, the nation turns to this man for answers and direction. To Bill Vickery and the Sunday Buzz.
Be. I kissed her and she kissed me. Like the fella once said, ain't that a kick in the head? The room was completely black. I hugged her and she hugged back. Like the sailor said, quote, ain't that a hole in the boat? My head keeps spinning. I go to sleep and keep grinning. If this is just the beginning, my life is gonna be beautiful. I've sunshine enough to spread. It's just like the fella said. Tell me quick, ain't love a kick in the head?
Coming to you live from atop the Empire Hotel on the Upper West Side of Manhattan. Enemy territory, behind enemy lines, if you will. Up here with a bunch of trans people who speak Klingon and only go to see art exhibits of payphones hanging on the wall. But there are great restaurants, man. Great cuisine in New York. Action-packed 2 hours today. Todd and I will go through the many scenarios for the college football playoff after watching Duke come back and beat Virginia in overtime. And I'm going to refrain from naming names and repeating the text messages that I received relative to the Virginia quarterback, the son of Fredo Morris. But let's just say a lot of Razorback fans could see that outcome coming. Bama loses to Georgia. Todd, you'll appreciate this. I led a bit of an insurrection yesterday, so I'm in a place with a couple of friends of mine up here, a couple of clients, and we're in a place called the Carnegie Club. It's nice, you know. A lot of dark wood and paneling in the bar and everything. And for some reason, the Carnegie Club had on their television the Major League Soccer finals against some pink team with a guy from Italy or Argentina.
Inter Miami and Vancouver, yes.
Yeah, you got me, man. It was guys in pink. And I said something to the man next to me. I said, oh, it must be Breast Cancer Awareness Week or something like that. But it's those guys playing some guys with some dark jerseys on. And I quietly asked if we couldn't get, can we get some real football on that Americans care about? As I guess they had a couple of members who Lionel Messi is he Argentinian or
your guess on that's as good as mine. I have no idea.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, doesn't matter. Point being is they got a couple of people. So I struck a nerve, and suddenly I was back in the Confederacy, and I had people from Mississippi and Virginia and Georgia all at once proclaiming, yes, what he said. And I felt like Toutant Beauregard leading the bombing of Fort Sumter. The South was uprising in the midst of the Upper East Side of Manhattan and taking over control of the television so we could see real American football, not a bunch of skinny guys who I didn't even know. Like I said, it was the pink shirts versus the dark shirts. Didn't look like anybody spoke English anyway. But it was so then suddenly, now we've got a group of people. Now I could be at a sports bar in Little Rock. So quite a performance by the Georgia Bulldogs yesterday, a dismantling of Alabama. Texas Tech thumps the Mormons as the Mormons run out of yet another state. And so, but Todd, you and I will discuss what may or may not be the case for the college football playoffs. All I know is this. Given the chaos of what happened yesterday and the fact the ACC now has a 5-loss champion, the group of 5, you got to put one of those. Is it Tulane? Is it James Madison? Not even one of our bigger founding fathers. The chaos of what that's supposed to look like, a 3-loss Alabama team, a 2-loss Brigham Young team, but lost to the same team twice. Vanderbilt. Why doesn't Vanderbilt have as good a resume as anybody else? Miami, Notre Dame, the confusion surrounding all of that. I just think the good Lord, Todd, that there's a man chairing that committee with wisdom and insight, with a great track record of success, of being able to see through to the second and third verse, a leader, if you will, a Solomon-esque figure who can lead the college football playoff committee with strength and experience. Never mind. Sorry. Well, good luck to Hunter Yurachek.
A veritable wealth of knowledge, if you will.
I mean, we're going to end up with Syracuse and UCLA in the top 12. I've been bombarded with texts from friends around the country, concerning. Look, it's a thankless job. It's not easy. Somebody's going to be left out. It's not, it's not fair. I'm unclear as to why we have to put a team from outside of the Power 4 conferences or even outside the top 12 into the playoffs. But we do. And so we'll just see. I can't imagine maybe we could wait 4 more days. Did you see that press conference Thursday? It was cringeworthy, man. And I'm excited about our new coach. But he's just like all the rest of the coaches that came up from the American Conference. Todd, I mean, they're all just young and hungry and focused and lots of energy, and they got their philosophy, and look, I'm pumped for our coach. I am. I can be optimistic and excited about the coach while still being troubled by the overall leadership of the athletic department, which I am. And now suddenly come stories. Oh, we're reaching out to donors. Really? We made a decision 4 years ago to not do that. And it's sort of like, was somebody from the Yurachek family in charge of New Coke? Did he have an uncle that was an ad guy at Coca-Cola in the early 80s and go, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take the most beloved brand in all of America, and we're going to blow it up with something that sucks. Let's run with that. Was there a Eurachek that worked at Coca-Cola and said, let's go with New Coke? So we'll see. But I feel for him because, in all fairness, the College Football Playoff Committee, they have a difficult task ahead. So thank God he's got plenty of free time. And we're not worried about trying to raise money for the first time. We're not acknowledging the fact that we made a catastrophic error, a Titanic-level decision a few years ago to ignore NIL. And now we're saying, guess we need to. Boy, that's what we're going to do. So we'll see how that goes. Todd, I'm watching my Twitter feed or X feed yesterday. There's a bunch of white supremacists that showed up in Little Rock. What in the world? What's happened here? I go to New York for a few days, and white supremacists take over the city.
To be honest, I did not see any of that, so I'm learning of it just as you speak it.
I've got video. I mean, so first of all, this is one of the more bizarre headline today's Arkansas Democrat Gazette. White supremacist group stopped in Little Rock. Police halt U-Haul carrying protesters. So now, hang on a second. You get a bunch of white supremacists and you put them all in the back of a U-Haul. And it doesn't say where they started driving from. But it shows that we pulled them over somewhere off 440, I think. And opened up the U-Haul, and there's about 25 white supremacists in the back. Now, I've taken some difficult trips in my life, Todd, and I've flown to a few places on some aircraft that were, shaky. I've had to jam my knees up in the back seats of cars, all of that. But if I'm a white supremacist and I'm told we're going to go 5.5 hours in the back of a U-Haul, I might see if I can't ride with Carl. Could we maybe, do we have enough money to spring for a motor coach? Is there because Carl's got a big SUV, and I think I'm going to ride with Carl if that's okay. And you can give my spot in the U-Haul to somebody else. I mean, what in the world? In the back of a U-Haul, they drove for hours. It says the guy driving the dadgum thing was from Indiana. Wouldn't it make more sense if you were a white supremacist coming from out of state, maybe just a carpool? Or get kind of hey, we're going to get a convoy going, and they could put shoe polish on the back of the, all the way to state of Arkansas. Something like that, and you just drive down, or you see people driving up to Fayetteville game day and put little flags out to the side or whatever, but I don't know that I'd go 7 or 8 hours in the back of a U-Haul. And then, what happens? You're not all going to stop at the same time, right? Hey, Ron, pull over. Bob needs to go again. You guys know I have a small bladder. Do you think that's what was going on in the back of this U-Haul? Like, what in the world? And I mean, by the time you've ridden for hours and hours and hours in the back of a U-Haul, you're like, you know what? Can I just kind of stretch my legs here a little bit before the protest? I'm not sure I can walk very far right now.
Lord forbid someone has the wrong thing to eat and starts, having,
Oh, man, Stan ate Taco Bell last night. We knew this was going to happen, Stan. What were you thinking, buddy?
More beans, Mr. Taggart?
No, exactly. I mean, when's my turn to drive? I got to crack a window or something. Can we raise that tailgate up a little bit? But, I mean, who loads up in the back? As I said, was it a seniority situation? Did you like, hey man, I'm gonna ride with Carl, okay? He's back there all alone in his car, and I'm gonna go with him in a U-Haul, and then they show up. I guess listen, you know who these people remind me of? Do you remember the January 6th protesters, Todd, that took the grappling hooks and ropes and threw them over the side of the Capitol, the wall, and scaled the wall with their rope and their grappling hook, when there was a perfectly good set of stairs 15 feet away that most of the people ran up? Like, it seemed like I'm going to take I've been wanting to use this grappling hook forever. I mean, Bob's bringing his buffalo head. How come I can't bring my grappling hook? I wonder if these people are like, yeah, where are you, Ron? What are you doing? I'll be there in a minute. I'm coming up on my grappling hook and my rope. I mean, so hey guys, this is what let's do. Let's get a U-Haul, and we can all go in a U-Haul. Okay. You get about halfway into that journey, and you realize it sounded better on paper. Yeah, like I said. Meanwhile, Tom ate Taco Bell the night before, and he's just. Then they got to Little Rock, evidently, and I guess they went to Central High and carried a sign that said, "Race mixing is communism." Now, I'm going to tell you, Todd, I'm old enough in my life. At Hendrix College, I studied communism. It was a spectacular class. A lot of wonderful people came through Dr. Glenn Larson's Communism, Fascism, and Democracy. And it was a must-take, man. Dr. Larson was outstanding. But believe me, when I see people now conflate fascism with communism or socialism with communism, and they're just monikers. But back then, it was a real thing. Height of the Cold War, you had fascist regimes, you had socialist regimes. So my point in saying all this is maybe the multi-hour ride in the back of a U-Haul really screwed with these people. But nowhere do I remember race ever becoming an issue in the study of communism. Now, because if that's really the case, what does that make the Kardashians? Are they like the Lenins? Are they like the Molotovs and Lenins of the modern world? Let's take a break. We get back, I'm going to talk a little bit about congressional redistricting in Texas. Not going to convince. Hey, hats off to Letitia James. Trump went after her, and she withstood it. Time to let her go, I think. Let's see. I want to talk to one of those guys that spent hours and hours and hours in the back of a U-Haul. Todd, like, wouldn't you think if you're going to march through some area, maybe take a big van or something like that?
Something's got to be better than that.
Yeah. Okay, you've had enough Red Bull, Paul. Stay with us.
The sun may rise in the east, at least it's settled in a final location. It's understood that Hollywood sells Californication.
The holidays are here, and so's the newest Academy Sports and Outdoors, right in your neighborhood. Score kids ride-ons that say, my 8-year-old's truck is nicer than mine. Grills and smokers that say, there is no wrong way to cook a turkey. And new Nike fleece hoodies that say, I keep it chill no matter the temp. Academy has all the legendary Christmas gifts your family wants at undefeatable prices, because here, fun can't lose. Win Christmas at your new Academy Sports and Outdoors.
like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
At Target, great memories start with great prices. Get gingerbread house kits for just $12, plus all the Wondershop baking must-haves. Gather the whole fam, grab some gingerbread kits, and start building sweet moments together. Then keep the joy rolling, baking up tasty treats with Wondershop that'll make the season a blast. Make unforgettable memories with incredible prices on gingerbread kits and Wondershop baking essentials. And step into the holidays, only at Target. Restrictions apply.
This is Chris Roberts with Southern Bank. Your financial journey is unique to you. That's why we offer a variety of personal checking and savings accounts designed to work for your goals. Whether you're looking for low fees or great rewards, choosing the right checking account is easy at Southern Bank. Our products can help you save for your first home, a family vacation, or a college education. And just as important, at competitive rates. To learn more about our personal banking options, visit bankwithsouthern.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The best part of holiday gifting? Giving them something they'll use all year. During December deal drops at Lowe's, save $40 on select Craftsman V20 tools, now just $59. Plus, all rewards members get free standard shipping. Shop new December deal drops every week this month. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 12/10. While supplies last. Free shipping excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Subject to change. Visit Lowe's.com/shipping terms for details.
With Progressive's collision coverage, my family gets up to $1,000 for vet bills if I'm injured in a car accident. And that makes this Chihuahua really feel like part of the family. What's that? I don't sound like a Chihuahua? Oh, I'm sorry. What exactly am I supposed to sound like? I guess all Chihuahuas are high-strung, riding around in expensive designer purses. Actually, I prefer riding in cars. So I appreciate that my family protects me with Progressive's pet collision coverage. Okay, maybe I am a little high-strung. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states. Coverage for dogs and cats is included with the purchase of collision coverage and is subject to policy terms.
Hey folks, Trey Johnson with HJ Trailer Sales in Hot Springs and now in Paragould. If you're in need of a trailer, truck bed, or truck accessory, come see us at HJ Trailer Sales. We can save you up to 30%. In some cases, that's $5,300 off. Take a look at hjtrailersales.com. From our family to yours, we want to wish you all a Merry Christmas. For a lot of people, this is a hard time of year, but the greatest gift of all is Jesus Christ. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from HJ Trailer Sales in Hot Springs and now Paragould.
Hey, Dad, I gotta come clean about something.
Okay.
I only paid for a brand new Hyundai Tucson.
Oh, you might be on the naughty list.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on all Hyundai Tucson, Tucson Hybrid, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid models. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offer ends January 2nd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
More of the Sunday Buzz with Bill Vickery.
You are now free to turn up the volume as loud as you want.
Where you are, 11:29 here on the Upper West Side of Manhattan. Todd, are you familiar with a television program called Gossip Girl?
Heard of it? Yes. Have I watched it? No.
Evidently, Todd, many of the scenes of that television program were filmed here in this hotel where I'm staying. And to go a step further, many of them filmed in the area where my room is on the top of this hotel. and then people wanting their picture made with this particular sign that's on the rooftop right above me. I'm actually looking out on it now. And so there has been a parade of 33-year-old women who I guess were high school seniors back in 2008, 2009, all with their pictures, and it's quite the intense selfie brigade. I've seen every form of stick, mount, you name it, all employed to get the best shot. And I don't know what this stuff is. Turns out Blake Lively was in it. And how I know that, Todd, is part of our group. The group here, my friend, she bears a passing resemblance to Blake Lively. And two grown women, Todd, mind you, grown women, okay? Now, they're not in the back of a U-Haul, but grown women, nonetheless, come up. Oh, my gosh, you actually are here. And at first I thought, well, you must listen to the Sunday Buzz, ladies. Turns out they're not listeners, Todd. But they confused my friend, and can we get a picture? And she just said, no, that's not me. But this is the beauty, Todd. This is what's happened to people have lost their minds. Well, could we get a picture with you anyway? And they just fuzzed it up. And so, I said, I guess it's posted on some social media site where they claimed that, they were with someone. And I said, well, people have confused me for Ryan Reynolds quite a bit.
Right.
You want me to be in the picture? Yes. Yeah, no, that didn't work out, Todd. A lot of feedback here, by the way, on my how do you transport white supremacists. And I'm understanding now that maybe there was some checkpoint chickie where they all met, got out of their cars, and got into the U-Haul. So the U-Haul itself was just for short-term transport. But all of our points still remain the same. I mean, you got 20 guys in the back of a U-Haul. What if one of them's, like I said, what if Bob had too much Taco Bell the night before? What if Ron really needs to go? I mean, could we pull over just real quick? I mean, and still it's got to be uncomfortable. Like, why not just, I don't understand just drive on and, caravan, like I said, like going to a state championship game or Van Buren, hey, come on. So, all the way to state of supremacy. And then I guess, like I said, then they kind of walked around and I don't know, it seemed if a Nazi protests in your hometown and nobody really covers it, does it make a noise? I mean, are we, which I'm proud of the city of Little Rock. I'm proud of the police department, the mayor, the governor, everybody in their reaction to this, which is, come on, nothing to see here. Move on. I mean, we've dealt with this before. So like you say, Todd, I mean, you're a man about town. You're in the know. You know what's going on, and if it didn't really register with you, then it's not going to pop up on CNN, and which is a good thing. Okay. Supreme Court this week ruled that the redrawn congressional district map in the state of Texas is constitutional and can be used. So what does that mean? There are some that believe that this could add 5 more Republican-leaning districts to the overall total of members of Congress. Now, of course, the state of California, they're going back and they're trying to counter that by redrawing lines, and it just, and I agree. So this is a nuanced issue. But part of the reason that we have the intractability that we have in the legislative branch of government is that on the congressional side, on the House side, we do have so many districts, such a big percentage of the House of Representatives are fated to the party that represents them. we have spent a couple of decades drawing congressional districts in ways, both parties have, in ways that favor one particular party over the other inside that district. Where I sit today is represented by the addle-brained Jerry Nadler of New York, and it's a thin district that runs down the Upper West Side through Columbus Circle, through the Lower East Side, and then over into Brooklyn. So the congressional district itself is about 15 blocks wide and, 3 or 4 miles long. But it's all done to preserve his seat in Congress. No Republican's ever going to win. And consequently, we tend to elect people who are more partisan, who are more strident from a partisan perspective. And it's become that those swing districts, which comprise about 50 to 60 seats in the House of Representatives now, maybe not even that many. And those are the congressional districts where the members tend to be a little more centric, whether they're from the D or the R side. Apologize for the noise in the background. So while I completely agree with the fact that any state can redraw we're not congressional districts at any point in time. We are not bound to a calendar that dictates only once every 10 years can you create a congressional calendar. Now, that census ties us to where the congressional districts are, but it and how many there are, but it doesn't tie it to how they are shaped. So I completely agree with that notion, and I understand the sort of arms race that's occurring on the House of Representatives side. I do. We got to do this because they did that, and it's very much a tit for tat, and there's a Dr. Strangelove sort of mentality that goes into these things. And God knows I'm not fair. I want Republicans to win. However, I believe that by attempting to solidify majorities, both parties are going to fate the country to this whipsawing back and forth of congressional leadership, so that we are going to have thinner and thinner margins of majority, which then lead to more intramural fights inside the parties over congressional issues, which then leads to a greater sense of stalemate or an inability to deal with bigger issues. So don't get me wrong. I understand it. I agree in some ways with the notion, but practically speaking, I can't be dishonest and just say, hey, let our side win and you know, it's the land of milk and honey and we move forward. There has to be sound debate that occur on the great issues of the day. And a Congress that is partisanly divided in its representative aspect, if we have shrunk the number of districts down to as few as possible that are genuinely swing districts, and both sides are guilty of this, then I fear for the ability of Congress to do its job. Not the willingness, but the actual ability of Congress to do its job. And I'm saying that now at a time when I'm supportive of the president, I'm supportive of the House, supportive of the Senate. But if we think through to the second verse of the song, then I think, and look, it may all change, Todd. This can all change in a moment. I mean, suddenly, and it is not without precedent that we have seen partisan efforts backfire in both parties in situations like this, where districts were created in hopes to do X or Y or Z, and just the opposite of the outcome came about. So let's take a break. Todd, we get back. Got to talk a little bit about blowing up drug dealers off the coast of Venezuela. What's the big deal? I mean, the bad guys. How is it that my Democrat friends want to scream about a war crime for blowing up a boatload of drug dealers when we killed American citizens with drones in Afghanistan under President Obama, who gave a direct order to do so? Stay with us.
Play along with the charade. There doesn't seem to be a reason to change. You know, I feel so dirty when they start talking cute. I wanna tell her that I love her, but the point is probably moot. 'Cause she's watching him with those eyes, and she's loving him with that body. I just know it. And he's holding her in his arms late at night.
Injured? Let's talk about getting help now.
Anywhere in the state, dial 888-8888.
Whether injured at night, on a weekend, or a holiday,
dial 8 for Rainwater, Holtz, and Sexton.
888-8888.
Responsible attorneys Michael Rainwater and Bob Sexton.
We got the big deals at the Big Lot.
Terry, I hear the Big Lot is going big-time Ram.
That's right, Steve. Ram Bighorns, well-equipped and not stripped, starting at just $44,900. New HD Ram starting at $45,900, and America's workhorse, the HD Diesel, as low as $54,900.
The most powerful pickup on the planet for $54,900?
The big deals are at the Big Lot. Chris Crane, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Benton, or go to chriscranecars.com.
The Big Lot Benton.
Catch the buzz on all our social media platforms presented by Luxury Pool and Spa in Conway and Russellville. It's hot tub season at Luxury Pool and Spa. Online at luxurypoolarkansas.com.
You've got a big day, so you use Unstoppable Scent Boosters to give your laundry non-stop freshness. So no matter how long the day goes, you
can't stop this power, this walk, this pose, this strut, this look, this talk.
Your clothes will be so fresh you can confidently strut into that end of the day meeting like a
bosses. Let's talk business in my office.
Add new Unstoppables beads to your wash for 24-hour non-stop freshness so you can smell unstoppable.
The holiday season is always more jolly with Prize Picks. Every sport, every play, every stat matters just a little more. On Prize Picks, you simply pick 2 to 6 players, choose more or less, and watch your lineups light up like the holidays. Download the Prize Picks app today and use the code ROAM and get a $50 bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play $5. That's code ROAM on Prize Picks to get a $50 bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play $5. Win or lose, you'll get $50 in bonus credit in lineups just for playing. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. You do have to be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin. $5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BREAK25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BREAK25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BREAK25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Looking for burgers, barbecue, beer, bourbon, ball games, and brunch? Look no further than Ouachita Bar and Grill, 915 Central Avenue in beautiful downtown Hot Springs. Ouachita Bar and Grill, family and pet friendly, with indoor and outdoor seating available. Bingo Bango Brunch, served on Sundays from 11 till 3, with live music Thursday through Saturday. Take a look on Facebook to see what events they've got going on this week, and join the fun at Ouachita Bar and Grill, Central Avenue, downtown Hot Springs.
Justin and DJ bring the zone to the Arkansas School for Mathematics, Sciences, and the Arts Monday for the 2025 Esports Championships. Teams from across the state competing to be a state esports champion. The zone Monday in Hot Springs on 103.7 The Buzz.
Morning Mayhem on location on Wednesday with their good buddy Steve Brown from Alcoa Community Federal Credit Union. The guys will be getting you ready for the end of the year and new auto loan special that starts on December 15th. Alcoa has one of the most competitive auto loan interest rates and is now serving 15 counties in Central Arkansas.
Now, more of the Sunday Buzz with Bill Vickery.
It's existential, yet it's so accessible.
Everybody get up.
Being flooded with suggestions here for the white supremacists in terms of transportation, as the article in today's Arkansas Democrat Gazette notes, and some social media posting notes that evidently these guys, like I said, they all met up and then got in a U-Haul. Why a U-Haul? Again, that baffles me, but and we've sort of picked that idea apart. I think if you're going to be you got to come up with a better mode of transit. Maybe, could you all chip in and rent a bus or something like that? But
a conversion van at least, or something.
Maybe, yeah, exactly. One of those old Scooby vans, like a panel van, that you just, maybe you get back and you can paint some stuff down the side then, the Scooby van or something.
The mystery machine.
U-Haul. You know what those things get a gallon? Who's picking up? And do you think they get upset over like expenses? Like, if we all going to eat, I'm not paying for Ron's salad. And Ron got a salad, and I'm just, yeah. I don't think. And then, of course, there does seem to be some confusion over what the essence of communism is relative to their protest yesterday, which I could have given them that since I studied it in college. So, but we'll drop it, Todd, and move on from there. Also did get, evidently I struck a nerve with this Gossip Girl comment. I mean, I'm just here at the hotel, and evidently it's a thing, and it's many of the scenes were filmed, and I want to be clear to the wives out there that I have offended, because it's a torrent of criticism. That's coming my way now. I really wasn't making fun of Gossip Girl. I was making fun of the people who needed to manufacture a narrative around their being at the Empire Hotel and the picture and all of that. So, hey, by no means did I mean to poke fun at grown women. Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. Come on, husbands. You know what I'm talking about. You're in the car, and your wife watched Gossip Girl when she was a senior in high school. You can poke fun at her because it is kind of comical to see their reactions now as grown mothers of two and stuff like that, Todd. Let's see. So the Pentagon and Pete Hegseth coming under a little bit of fire. We touched on this as we were going to break. So we got video of us blowing up a drug dealer boat somewhere off the coast of Venezuela. And I think we touched on this last week. While the issue of drugs is critical and important, and I would say this is the first president who's making a full effort to fight the war on drugs externally, meaning, bring the resources of the United States of America to bear on the South American countries whose economies are propped up by being involved in the drug trade. Full stop. There is a foreign policy element at play here where we're attempting to isolate the Maduro regime, move him out of power so that the Chinese cannot get a foothold inside Venezuela, and that has a bigger foreign policy impact than just merely, I shouldn't say merely, than just dealing with the drug importation issue. Okay. So we got how has it happened that the modern Democratic Party in this country has chosen to champion illegal immigrants? Okay. I mean, burning down a Waymo in Los Angeles while waving all these new Mexican flags that were just fresh out of the box, screaming and yelling and trying to set the city on fire. It's ramming cars into ICE agents as they're conducting a raid. So they champion, but they champion that sort of notion. Then now let's one up it. Well, we've got this. Looks like there could be a war crime committed here. This is a second shot. What is it? You can clearly see this. I mean, you've got Chris Van Hollen and a couple of guys in the Senate. You would think we bombed the SS Minnow. That there's freaking Gilligan and the skipper waving the white flag. Please help us. We've been stuck on this island. You know, they wouldn't be so happy to get Mr. and Mrs. Howell off the island, but then inside in the context that, well, could be the rise to a war crime. They got to get to rhetoric quickly, and this is what I believe has happened to the modern Democratic Party. And it started with the Clintons, and it's just this: put a narrative in place and just say the narrative over and over and over again, Russia collusion, or others, and then that will take hold. And that worked as a strategy even through the Obama administration. Just say it, drive home the narrative, never waver from it. But what happened is you go through the end of the Obama administration, as information began to decentralize, and you didn't have the same 5 or 6 or 7 organs of information that broadcast to the rest of the country. Now you've got a decentralized media flow. And I find it absolutely no coincidence that after the decentralization of media and information in this country, that there became, well, this is disinformation. This is just, we've got to put a stop to this disinformation. This can't. Okay. So in other words, now that sort of everybody else can kind of hear what's going on. So that didn't really work, and that's been proven to be bogus. So this idea somehow that we've got to get behind, it's a war crime. This is a war crime. So you want to tell me that the modern Democratic Party is going to march into the midterms of 2026 and champion illegal immigrants and champion the safety of drug cartels as they try to transport drugs into the United States? That staggers me. It really does. That boggles the mind. And I don't think that's going to happen. I think that there is a real hope that somehow the American economy cools to a point where there's a maybe some shred where we can blame Trump for this and this is not good. But I also see employment data this last week that came out, and that's doesn't look like we're weakening necessarily. It will allow the Fed, though, to cut rates more, which I think is critically important. And we're going to look back on Jerome Powell's tenure at the Fed, and he's actually going to have been a worse Federal Reserve chairman than Paul Volcker was. And that's saying a lot, because Volcker oversaw 18% mortgage rates. You think about that, Todd. you're not young enough. Excuse me, you're not old. Maybe you are. That 18, 19% home mortgage from 1979, 1980. I mean, it sounds comical to young people today, but yeah, there was at one time 17.5% 30-year fixed. Think about that. But my sense is that Powell's tenure, marked by truly missing the economic catastrophe that came with all the inflationary signals as a result of pumping additional trillions of dollars in, then reacting too slowly to maneuver ahead so that once real wages are able to catch up, you're able then to take advantage to say, here is a lower interest rate now that allows you, the consumer, the regular middle-class American, to go buy a home, engage in commerce. All right. We've touched on a lot today, Todd. White supremacist, gossip girl, congressional redistricting, and blowing up drug dealers.
And that's just the first hour.
That's just the first hour. That's a buddy of mine who's listening. You're right, Val. 18%. You know what that was like. 18%. Well, we'll get you. I think we've got you a great rate. 17.5% 30-year fixed. I mean, it's mind-blowing to think about that. Okay, we get back. Todd and I are going to talk about big win against Louisville for the Hog basketball team, a very workmanlike. What happened to Billy Richmond, Todd? I mean, goodness gracious. You can't.
He seems to have disappeared, hasn't he?
I mean, well, and you can't elbow a guy. You're up 30. You got to keep it together. You know, you can't
act like you've been there.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, what does it matter? Scoreboard, brother. You know? Because that's going to haunt Billy Richmond going forward when you go to Tennessee, when you go to Alabama, when you go, to other schools, when you go to Kentucky. So we're going to talk Razorback basketball, what the college football playoff looks like, maybe go through the conference championship games yesterday. How much, if Alabama doesn't make the college football playoff, how much longer do we continue with the conference championship games? And we'll look ahead to the day's action of the National Football League. Stay with us.
Mike Rowe here with a name everyone should know, Groundworks. The foundation and crawl space repair experts are coming soon to Little Rock. So if you've got a musty crawl space or cracks in your walls, these are the guys to call. And right now, Groundworks is hiring for all positions. If you're looking for a career, Groundworks is the place to do it. You can go from installer to foreman in under a year and become an owner of the company you work for. Apply now at groundworks.com/careers.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Officer, could I get your perspective as a man of the law?
You know I'm a mall cop, right?
You see this Hyundai Santa Fe? I only paid for it.
Whoa.
Right? I'm not in trouble. Am I?
Deals so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Get 0% APR, all Hyundai Tucson, Tucson Hybrid, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid models. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offer ends January 2nd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
1037 The Buzz.
You know how I am. You guys know how I am. I don't forget anything.
Crushing all the competition.
So you can take that to the bank.
We all make plans for the future, like car accidents, break-ins, and unexpected fires can disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design insurance plans that work for you and help protect what matters most. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Shelter agents Matt Wharton, Jamie Marsh, or Richard Yeager in Little Rock today.
The holidays are here, and so's the newest Academy Sports and Outdoors, right in your neighborhood. Score kids ride-ons that say, my 8-year-old's truck is nicer than mine. Grills and smokers that say, there is no wrong way to cook a turkey. And new Nike fleece hoodies that say, I keep it chill no matter the temp. Academy has all the legendary Christmas gifts your family wants at undefeatable prices, because here, fun can't lose. Win Christmas at your new Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Arkansas Municipal Equipment presents Coach Nolan Richardson when he joins Drive Time Sports every week with Rollin' with Nolan. Arkansas Municipal Equipment in Poen. Find them online at ametrucks.com.
For over 30 years, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has been Arkansas's truck accessory headquarters and the only stop for all your truck parts and accessories. If it goes on a truck, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has got it. And that includes upgrading your truck with Vortex spray liners. Tough, durable, proudly made in the USA. Their spray liners can protect your truck for years to come. Call Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse at 501-568-0040 to schedule your spraying. Or stop by 65th and University.
What drives you? Family moments, new adventures, or just the love of the open road? Whatever it is, Gwatney Chevrolet is here to help you get there. For generations, we've been more than a dealership. We've been part of life's milestones, big and small. With a team that puts you first and a car buying experience that's easy and stress-free, we're here to find the perfect vehicle for what drives you. Visit us in Jacksonville or online at GwatneyChevrolet.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
This is James Miller, General Manager at Gwatney Chevrolet. You know, for nearly 70 years, we've been thankful to be able to serve the people here in the great state of Arkansas. And if you're looking for a new or pre-owned vehicle, come let us show you why so many people decide to be part of the Gwatney family. We're also thankful for our decade-long partnership with The Buzz. Whether you're a new company or an established one, if you want to grow your business and deliver your message to the people here in Arkansas, there's no better place to do it than partnering with The Buzz. Just call my friend Ralph at 501-658-2690 and watch your business explode.
Attention Arkansas homeowners, if you've put off updating your bathroom all year, then now's the time to call Bath Makeover of Arkansas. Bath Makeover of Arkansas is a local company installing American-made products, including bathtubs, walk-in showers, and walk-in bathtubs. Bath Makeover of Arkansas is also proud to be an official sponsor of Razorback Athletics. Don't go into a new year with that old, outdated bathtub. Call Bath Makeover of Arkansas at 1-800-NEW-BATH. You can have a beautiful, easy-access walk-in shower installed in as little as 1 day, featuring our revolutionary new laser-etched shower wall systems. So call now during our year-end blowout sale and receive half off labor on a new bath or shower. That's right, half off labor. Plus, hassle-free financing with 18 months, no interest, no payments. Senior and military discounts. Receive a bonus $200 Visa gift card with purchase. And call Bath Makeover of Arkansas at 1-800-NEW-BATH now for a free $25 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. And with Bath Makeover's Price Lock Guarantee, once you receive a free design consultation, your price is locked in for 1 year, no matter what. Bath Makeover of Arkansas proudly serves the full state of Arkansas, offering custom bathing solutions backed with lifetime product warranty and 5-year workmanship warranty. Remember, during Bath Makeover's year-end blowout sale, receive half off labor on a new bath or shower. It's so affordable with 18 months, no interest, no payments. Senior and military discounts. Receive a bonus $200 Visa gift card with purchase. And call Bath Makeover of Arkansas at 1-800-NEW-BATH now for a free $25 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH. 1-800-NEW-BATH. That's 1-800-NEWBATH.
Whoa. More fiber?
What?
Down here, buddy. It's me, your spoon. Constipation with belly pain still coming back?
Yeah.
Talk to your doctor. It could be irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, but Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Hi, this is Joe Klein with Corky's Ribs and Barbecue. Whether you are dining in for daily specials like Cheese Dip Happy Hour, driving through for a barbecue bulk pickup order, or prefer our full-service catering, our professional staff at Corky's has you covered. Corky's in Little Rock and North Little Rock. We'll see you soon. And be sure to listen each week when I stop by 1037 The Buzz.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Here, football is a religion, and Saturdays are sacred. Players live for one moment.
Clear away! Hit!
The seconds of a game-winning pass live on forever. Where football is more than just a game. It's a way of life. The nation's best conference. An American tradition for over 75 years.
I want it to be gain, not loss, good, not evil, success, not failure, in order that I shall not forget the price I paid for it.
To the 30, Lindsey's got 35-40. Lindsey's got 45-50, 45-40. Run, Lindsey, 25-20, 50, 10, 5. Lindsey's got.
Here's to Bo Jackson. Jackson's on his way. Goodbye. 71 yards for Bo Jackson.
Jones looking. Jones now throwing to the end zone, and it is complete! A touchdown! Oh, my! I can't believe it! 31 yards to DeGory Birmingham in the back of the end zone.
Billy Cannon watches it bounce. He takes it on his own 11. He comes back upfield to the 15, stumbles momentarily, at the 20, running hard at the 25, gets away from one man to 30, still runs at 25, 35, 25. Billy Cannon raced some 89 yards for a touchdown.
Everything is riding on this football game. So there's a special intensity, a special urgency. Here come the Volunteers. Wherever you listen throughout the world, it's football time in Tennessee.
Trouble to turn into a struggle halfway across Alabama. Well, a hound broke down and left us all stranded in downtown Birmingham.
Oh, yeah. We're going to talk about Razorback basketball a little bit later in this segment. Got a chance to hear my man Joe Klein. You know, I love it when Joe is on a – Joe and Pat, you know, but – Joe could do, like, he could do commentary on the Old Testament, you know? Like, look at Zacchaeus. He's up that sycamore tree right there. Zacchaeus gave you 110% to get up in that sycamore tree. Now, he's a little guy, but Zacchaeus is a scrapper there. Can't you see Joe doing something like that, you know? Look at that arc. Engineering feat, that's an engineering marvel right there. I love it when Joe does a game. Because he pulls no punches, too. That's the other thing. I mean, we talked about Billy Rich. Well, okay, let me stop. Let's get into that later in the segment. Todd, you and I have to go through the day that was in college football yesterday. Says something about the way the Razorback football season went that we've tried to move on to basketball as quickly as possible. We did talk at length last Sunday as the news broke during the program about the hiring of Ryan Silverfield, whose wife evidently is a lobbyist, or it was at one point in time. So something in common there. Respect, mad respect for her. And I am, Todd, I am excited. As I said during the first hour, I think you can have two separate beliefs. You can be excited about Ryan Silverfield. You can want him to do well, and you can put energy and effort behind that. And still think we got a good coach. However, you can also hold in our brains another thought which says that maybe the director of athletics has made such a catastrophic mistake on the neglect of the NIL program that's fireable, should be fireable, because of the impact that mistake has. I mean, that's like saying, hey, look, guys, I'm going to meet Gordon Liddy across the street from the Watergate. Let's go back in one more time, see if we can't get this right, okay? Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying that Yurichek's decision to not go into the NIL community when he could have, that it's tantamount to a Watergate-level decision. But it's pretty dadgum close. It's not quite up there with the captain of the Titanic going, a couple of icebergs, we can miss those. You know? It's not the commander of the Zeppelin Hindenburg going, man, I realize there's lightning, but I'm pretty sure I can get us on the ground. You know? As I said, it's not some ad exec in 1983 going, you know what? What if we did away with the old Coke and we had a new Coke? What if we came up with that? You know? It's not the guy who dreamed up pets.com as a way to ship pets via FedEx or UPS to people. Now, I don't know that it's as bad. Well, it might be up there with the Hindenburg. You could make a real case that the catastrophic decision to not engage in NIL, it's there with the Hindenburg, not Titanic. Okay, I'm not going to go overboard. See what I did there, Todd? See what I said?
Well played. Well played.
Thank you. So, okay, let's say that's a mistake. Huge mistake, bad mistake, probably should have you fired. Full stop. But I'm going to take a volunteer job, and I'm going to do that volunteer job, and it's going to impact the time that I have to commit to creating an NIL program in an environment where we don't have a head football coach and no competence, then finding a new head football coach. Now, I've had a good running start at this, and we've made a couple of offers, and one of them was very publicly rejected. And people want to get on my man Trey Schapp, but my point is, if not for Trey Schapp, how would we know that the Alex Golish offer was on the table in the first place? Because it was out there. It had been voted on by the board, thinking he was our guy. And there seems to be a history of these kinds of things, which should be troubling. But we're going to introduce our new guy, who, again, I want to caveat all this by saying I'm very excited about, and I think will be Well, I say that. Look, you've got a cadre of these coaches that all. Let's put it this way. Under normal circumstances, Todd, you would look and go, "Oh, we got a coach from the American Conference, and he's moving his way up. He's gonna no. I mean, he's gonna coach against guys that he's coached against already. You know, you've got just a wave of these guys coming up from the American Conference into Division I now. So it's not like he's all alone. He'll be coaching against contemporaries, and they all seem about the same. And maybe that is indicative, Todd, of where the business of coaching is going now. These guys have, devoted their life to it. They're focused. They've had a chunk of their head coaching experience has been only in the NIL era. So I'm excited about Ryan Silverfield. I am. And you tell me the difference between him, Golish, the guy at North Texas, the guy at Tulane. They're all young, aggressive guys that have proven themselves at a certain level.
I would agree with that, and I'm with you. I share your optimism for Coach Silverfield. Yeah. I to be honest, I didn't follow him a whole lot while he was at Memphis, so I don't know if he had that same sort of inner fire, I guess is the best way to put it. Mm-hmm. But he certainly has put it on display in the last few days, as he's made the junket of public appearances and Hogs Plus and all the different things he's done. So I'm with you. I think, like you said, you can hold out optimism for what's to come with Coach Silverfield at the helm, and then also maybe not hold Hunter Yurachek in the greatest regard at the same time.
Yeah. And I think, look, his press conference was bumped back to Thursday because it interfered with our athletic director's participation in the college football playoff committee. Full stop. That's exactly what the deal was. There's no doubt about that. There isn't. I know that. I know that as a fact. So his volunteer job got in the way of doing his real job, which should be the most important. And hats off to Silverfield and his team. And then that cringeworthy pyrotechnics press. Oh boy, that just. Somebody didn't think that one through. And again, all the right things were said. It's just, a Thursday after a basketball game. I mean, and then all of a sudden, the athletic department strategically leaks. Oh, just spoke to a booster. He committed $1 million. Yep, we're at the NIL. Well, wait a minute. Where was this 3 years ago? When everything really started, 4 years ago when everything really started. So, hats off, though. I am excited. It'll be interesting to see going forward. I don't know if these recruits are good or bad. As we've said on the program many times, over 50% now of 5- and 4-star recruits end up going somewhere else after their first 2 years. So, I no longer believe in recruiting freshmen. I now believe in going into the portal and getting guys up from the non-Power 4 conferences and finding those guys and saying, okay, you were a 3-star and you went to Middle Tennessee State, but man, you've grown, you've produced, you're quicker, you're bigger, you're faster, you're stronger. We'd like for you to come to the University of Arkansas, and here's what we're going to pay you.
That's a lot of what Kurt Signetti's done at Indiana. Took a lot of the kids he recruited to JMU and said, hey, come with me to Bloomington.
Bing, bang, boom. Thank you, Bob's your uncle. You're exactly correct. There is a proven blueprint for exactly that. So, speaking of Kurt Signetti, I keep thinking it's going to strike midnight on Indiana. They're going to be found out. We're going to realize that it's a hollow shell of a team. And what do? They just keep – they played nobody. And they had the easiest Big Ten schedule. Well, they beat Ohio State last night, and that wasn't a fluke. They controlled, especially the fourth quarter of that game. They controlled the game.
Indiana earned my respect when they beat Oregon in Oregon.
Yes. Yeah. So neutral site over Ohio State on the road against Oregon. That is a good defense. That's an overlooked quarterback. And I think sometimes Cignetti, because he is so intense and can kind of be an a-hole, let's be blunt, he's not, he can sometimes not be the easiest guy to like in his dealings with the public, but can't deny it. I mean, they've got some marquee solid wins, and they should be the 1 overall seed. Make no mistake. I thought Georgia played as good a game as they played all year, and they seemed like a Georgia team. Struck me as two things. Alabama played with the furiousness of like, God, we got to win this. What's happening? We're falling behind. Georgia played very workmanlike, focused, like this is a tune-up as we're about to make our run. Mm-hmm. That's the feeling that I had from Georgia, And their defense seemed to control the game throughout, Todd.
I didn't get a whole lot of an opportunity to watch the SEC championship, but that, from what little of it I've seen, that your description is pretty spot on.
Well, as I told you, as I led a revolt of my fellow Confederates from the South at the Carnegie Club, and we took over the television, and no longer was it some sort of soccer game between pink-shirted guys and dark-shirted guys. And we showed real American football, much to the chagrin of, a couple of guys that I turned into ice before I left the building. The Georgia defense did look, again, they looked, first of all, they're spectacular athletes. I mean, you just look where they get these same guys. The Carter kid that played there that's now playing in Philadelphia, you think, okay, one of one, unicorn. And yet, 1 year, next year, I mean, they get the same defensive interior linemen that you go, where do they find these guys? They're amazing. I will say, given the difficulties the Georgia program has had, it was embarrassing, and the athletic director did issue a statement as Georgia was given a police escort to the stadium. Unfortunately, 4 of their players got out with their hands up. So, hello. Yeah, thank you. The Mormons are run out of yet another state yesterday as Texas Tech. Okay, tell me why Texas Tech can't win it all.
They looked really good yesterday, though. Man, I mean, they look like a team that could do it.
Yeah, tell me why Ole Miss. Okay, let me drop this on you. If Alabama could trade places with Ole Miss, would they have done it? Do you look now, if Alabama doesn't make the college football playoffs, do we have to do a thorough examination of the conference championship games and go, boy, this is costing a good team. The loser has a unfair burden placed on them. If you're Virginia, you surely wanted to do away with the conference championship game. Does the conference it served for a number of years as the play-in game, at least from an SEC standpoint and sometimes from the Big Ten standpoint. It served as a play-in game, and you thought, okay, this has really helped the conference. But now, does that conference championship game, could it keep Alabama out, and who do you put in? Miami? I mean, they got a 7-5 Duke team that wins in overtime in the most Chad Morris of ways. And I feel sorry for Chandler Morris. He played a very good game. Hats off to him. I mean, he led a great drive, went 96 yards to tie it. But Virginia's defense, they couldn't stop Duke. That was shocking. But you can't. So to have a team from the ACC, now you have to give. You can eliminate a Duke because they don't meet the qualifier as a conference champion of where they're unranked. Okay, you can't put in Virginia; they're done. So do you slot in Miami as the de facto ACC rep, and then that still leaves you 2 open slots. But 2 open slots for and why doesn't Vanderbilt get any love here? I mean, that's a team that won a lot of big games, home and on the road. They lost a rock fight to Alabama. And then who else did they lose to? Their second loss?
I'm sorry, who are we talking about?
Vanderbilt.
Texas?
Yeah, you're right, Texas. So 2 quality losses against a number of quality wins. Why are we not talking about a 10-win Vanderbilt team? We just dismissed them out of hand. I'd rather see Vanderbilt than Alabama. To me, Alabama has had a chance to prove itself, and it has failed.
Especially if you could somehow work the bracket as it's starting to formally be announced on ESPN. If you could get Vanderbilt and Indiana, have Mendoza play Pavia.
Oh, yeah. Well, interesting to see as we move forward here. Notre Dame, you got to think with the Bama loss now, that pretty much cements Notre Dame's position, right? I mean, and Ole Miss is going to host a playoff game. You got to think that. And listen, Ole Miss, that's a football team that can make a run.
Yep.
You know, and I get it, and boy, it's gotten nasty. And I don't know if these text messages and screenshots of text messages are true. I mean, far be it from me to criticize an older man for wanting to date younger women. And so, ye without sin cast the first stone on that one. But the players, he didn't say this, the lies, that's a lie. You can't coach. I do think it was clearly an overreach by Lane. And I mean, I don't know. I do. If you do go back and look at the totality of Lane's career, it's just a burning heap whenever he leaves for someplace. There is no thank you so much and on to the next one, and I'll have great memories here at, Central or at wherever in Florida, Florida International or wherever the school was in Boca Raton, whatever that was. Yeah, it's always it's a dumpster fire in the wake, and it's not going to be. Here's the thing, this isn't going to go well, Todd, at LSU. He's going to get fired there, right? I mean, it's going to be for all. You couldn't go. I mean, the hype, everything, and they're going to have a great offense. I think his hope is he can get enough athletes on the defensive side of the ball. I don't know what money is going to be there at LSU now. But man, anything short of an SEC championship and a 1, 2, or 3 seed, you got to wonder, will it be worth it? But I think that's an Ole Miss team that has a lot of talented players, and this is what we're about to find out, Todd. Is it the X's and O's or the Jimmies and Joes? Mm-hmm. And you and I have talked about this a lot. Having the money to go buy the good players to put on the field is a bigger percentage of winning than it is having the smart coach calling the plays. Okay?
Ole Miss has just announced as number 6.
At number 6. So where are we? Can you give me the rundown as we speak now?
Sure
Are
can.
you in a spot to do that?
Top 4 seeds are no surprise. Indiana 1, Ohio State 2, Georgia 3, Texas Tech 4, Oregon at number 5, Ole Miss at number 6.
Ooh. 6. So we're midway through. Let's do this, Todd. Let's take a break. I know we got to get to Razorback basketball, but okay. Let's take a break, and you stay on top of where we are through the top 6, as it's got to be a tense morning in Tuscaloosa.
Texas A&M number 7.
A&M number 7. So see, now we're into the slots 8, 9, where I thought we might see. Okay, let's hit a break. We come back. We'll be able to go through. Hopefully, by the time we come back, we'll be able to go through the rest of the college football playoffs. Stay with us.
Say yes to the Arkansas Democrat Gazette Wedding Show, Sunday, January 18th at the State House Convention Center in Little Rock. VIP tickets are available and get you and a guest entry to our exclusive stage social event held just before the wedding show. VIP perks include t-shirt, tote, new swag, custom labels, prizes, reserved seating at the stage, and early entrance to the event. A limited amount of these tickets are available on sale now at arkansasbridalcommunity.com or find us on Facebook at ADG Wedding Show.
With hundreds of vehicles in stock across 6 brands, your next ride is waiting for you at Red River Auto Group. We know that the road ahead is important. Whether it's your daily drive or your next big adventure, the right vehicle makes all the difference. From the reliability of a Toyota to the strength of a Ram truck, we offer vehicles built to last with options for every lifestyle. State-of-the-art technology, unbeatable performance, and the comfort you deserve. It's all waiting for you at Red River. Visit us online at redriverauto.com.
Arkansas golf legend John Daly joins the guys every week on Morning Mayhem. John's visit is made possible by Moe's Southwest Grill. Get the new Moe's Value Meal, a junior burrito, side of queso, chips and salsa, and a drink for only $9.99. Available all day, every day. And welcome to Moe's.
Oh, no.
Ah, that's the sound of someone who's misplaced
my debit card.
Their debit card.
Where'd I leave that thing?
Not at the gas pump, or the checkout counter, or the roof of your car. Now, if he has the Chase mobile app, he can use Card Lock.
Wait, I could just lock my card.
Yep, just a few tippy taps on his phone, and that sound? That's peace of mind from Chase.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Charlie's battery is struggling to start. Not ideal before the tailgate, so he goes to AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone,
where a friendly AutoZoner tests his battery for free. Looks like he needs a new one, so he gets a Duralast battery.
have fun and stay warm.
And he makes it to the tailgate early enough to get his favorite spot. Free battery testing and charging. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Listen for Champs and Chumps on Fridays during The Zone. Brought to you by Ouachita Bar and Grill on Central Avenue in Hot Springs and BKC Home Builders, building premier homes in Hot Springs.
This Monday, Morning Mayhem is broadcasting live from the 2025 Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas Directors Winter Conference, running Saturday through Monday at the Little Rock Marriott Hotel.
Injured? There's only one number you need to know. 888-8888.
At Rainwater Holton Sexton, no case is too big and no insurance company too strong.
Just dial 888-8888.
Responsible attorneys Michael Rainwater and Bob Sexton.
Listen each Friday during Drive Time Sports for the basketball insider in Arkansas. It's Bart Reed, made possible by Martin Orthopedics, with locations in Little Rock, North Little Rock, Cabot, and Hot Springs Village. Staffed with fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons and sports medicine specialists. For more information on the web, go to martinortho.care.
I'm Trey Reed from the Wild Side on 103.7 The Buzz. Join me and Mark Hedrick Tuesday nights at 7 for The Wild Side.
Brought to you by West Rock Landing at Lake Maumelle, Trader Bill's Outdoors, Battery Outfitters, All About Tire and Brake, Tammy Chase Insurance, Edwards Food Giant, and Crane Chevrolet.
Thank you for joining the Sunday Buzz. Here's your host, Bill Vickery.
Unbelievable.
Chewing on a piece of grass, walking down the road. Tell me how long you gonna stay. Some people say this town don't look good in snow. You don't care.
Okay, Todd, I know you're back in the studio. I think we got to get in, as I'm also now, you're seeing it play out live. I am a little bit delayed, but holy moly. I've got it through the top 10 here.
Same here.
Which is, okay, so we've got Indiana at number 1 in the college football playoff, Ohio State at number 2, Georgia number 3, and the Red Raiders of Texas Tech at number 4. Okay. Then we have, these would host the home games. The Ducks at 5, Ole Miss at 6, A&M at 7, and the Sooners at 8. Then, this is where it's starting to get dicey. The Crimson Tide of Alabama in at number 9, and the Hurricanes of Miami in at number 10. So wouldn't that lead us to believe then that it's probably going to be like a Tulane and
Who was
Notre
just
Dame?
named at number 11.
Okay, there we go. Notre Dame in at number 11.
No, Tulane,
Yeah,
not Notre Dame.
Oh my gosh. Oh. Well, who are we really looking at leaving out now? The people, the team that's getting hosed here is Vanderbilt.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, there we go. Pat Forty announcing, and not that I care about Pat Forty because I really don't, but the SEC championship game did not matter for either team. And, of course, a 3-loss Alabama team. Well, but you've got to think Notre Dame's going to pick up this last spot, correct? I mean, there's no
it's
way
James
they're leaving
Madison.
Notre Dame out. Notre Dame is out of the college football playoff.
Yep.
The Fighting Irish of Notre Dame will not be in the college football playoff, and it's James Madison over. Well, yeah.
James Madison over Duke, Notre Dame, Vandy.
Over Vandy, too. I mean, you get the – okay. And I've said this before. Putting one of these non-Power 4 conference teams in, that's like having the Make-A-Wish kid that gets to score the touchdown in the spring game. Like, come on. It's not the real thing. Like, does anyone believe that James Madison is going to run the table? I can't believe that I'm taking up for Notre Dame, but – I'm taking up for Notre Dame. I don't need to see James Madison lose in the first round to – who are they going to play? Oklahoma? In Norman?
Who is that you're talking about?
As I'm thinking. James Madison.
In Oregon.
Oh, in Oregon. Okay.
Oregon in Eugene.
Wow. So, this is stunning. And, I mean, Tulane and James Madison in the college football playoff. Notre Dame, Vanderbilt, BYU, not in the college football playoff. Does anybody believe that Tulane could beat Vanderbilt? And don't give me the coach and the no. Does anybody believe that James Madison could duke it out with the Fighting Irish? A 3-loss Alabama team in, Notre Dame out. I mean, Miami can point to head-to-head. Miami can point to say, look, we played them, we beat them. We deserve to be in. Same record. But you know that Miami's in because Duke won last night, right? You know that, don't you, Todd? I mean,
yes.
If Chandler Morris is able to, if Virginia's able to win that in overtime, then Virginia's in and Miami's not in. And but does that interception by Duke kill both? Obviously Virginia, but Notre Dame as well, because now you don't have an ACC team at all that you can choose from. and you've got this 10-2 at-large Miami team, and you say, okay, ACC needs a team in this thing. We can't have one of our Power Four conferences not be in. So let's put in Miami. But putting two non-Power Fours, Tulane and James, that's who's running the college football playoff committee, Todd? What buffoon did that? Is he the same guy? You know what? I see this as a victory for people who don't have NIL programs, and that's James Madison.
And as I look at it,
you think?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly correct. And as I look at it, I wrote down when Stats joined us at the beginning of the year, and he gave us his preseason top 12. He correctly picked 7 of them.
Wow. So Stats goes 7 out of 12. What 7 did he have?
Oh, let's see. Oregon, Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State, Ole Miss, Miami, and Texas Tech.
Texas Tech, too. I'll give him credit for that. Well, I mean, you can't. James Madison. I mean,
no one saw James Madison.
But, you know, yeah.
Tulane, you could kind of you could say, well, yeah, the circumstances played out right, and obviously they have
been
now.
There. So, am I right in saying two teams? So Tulane's coach is gone.
Right.
Is Summerall? He's not coaching in the playoffs.
Yes, he will.
Which is, he will coach in the playoff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I don't understand that. I mean, if I'm now your team, you're now with us. Like the portal is open, you got to be coaching. You know, we need you. That's what people kept talking about. Well, you think Ole Miss will let Lane coach? No, LSU should have said, hey, look, we're paying you a bunch of money. You now work for us. I want you rear end down here checking this portal out.
Funny how Lane Kiffin couldn't do that, but Charlie Weiss Jr. could.
But yeah, we'll do. I think we'll get stats on next week. I mean, this is a tour de force performance, and I realize, you know, okay, Georgia, Ohio State, that's pretty easy, but to have Texas Tech in is a good one.
Miami also,
because that's above. Like, again, like I said, that Duke interception to end the ACC championship game, which was played in front of a raucous 13,000. Oh, was that not an embarrassing look for the ACC? I mean, their conference championship game, they didn't have 35,000 people there, you know. Wow. I'm stunned. I'm stunned that Notre Dame, given the fact that what we really are announcing is a television schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So walk us through the matchups now, Todd. So we've got Indiana, Ohio State, Georgia, and Texas Tech. They all get first-round byes.
Right.
But give us the matchups for the first round now.
Okay, so then you would have, in the 8-9 matchup, you would have Alabama at Oklahoma. And then, let's see, A&M as the 7 would host Miami as the 10.
Miami.
Ole Miss as the 6 seed would host 11 seed, or number 11, Tulane. Oregon,
who they've already beaten this year.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I
see. I mean, and that's the thing too. Oklahoma's already beaten Alabama once.
Yeah. We've got. I mean, I think we've got some serious questions as to whoever's chairing this college. Who is that guy?
I don't have any idea who this guy is. And then
let's digest all this.
Number 5 Oregon would host number 12 James Madison.
Oregon beats the dog pee out of James Madison up in Corvallis, or up in Eugene. And, wow. Holy moly. Let's take a break, Todd, and come back. We'll talk about the National Football League after this. Stay with us.
Mike Rowe here with a name everyone should know, Groundworks. The foundation and crawl space repair experts are coming soon to Little Rock. So if you've got a musty crawl space or cracks in your walls, these are the guys to call. And right now, Groundworks is hiring for all positions. If you're looking for a career, Groundworks is the place to do it. You can go from installer to foreman in under a year and become an owner of the company you work for. Apply now at groundworks.com/careers.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Tune in every Monday night at 7 for the Coach Calipari Show. Coach will break down each game and talk strategy. And it's all brought to you by Chris Crane Dodge Jeep Ram and the Big Lot in Benton.
Hey, have you seen those car ads where Christmas morning someone gets a car for Christmas? Does that actually happen? Well, when you hear what they're doing at Genesis of Conway, that scene might just become reality. During the Genesis of Conway signature event, you can fall in love with the GV70, GV80, or G70 for 1.99% interest for 60 months. Now you know why we say Genesis of Conway, the future of luxury today.
All right, folks, it's that time of year. It's cold outside, which means it's time for court sports. We're talking tennis, pickleball, basketball, all those sports that you can play indoors. Don't let nagging pain affect your ability to enjoy your sports time. QC Kinetics is here to help. QC Kinetics here in Little Rock is going to help you build your body's comeback story, powered by the very cells that built you in the first place. No surgery, no pain pills, no long recovery. Just your body remembering how to feel alive again. With QC Kinetics, healing is within reach. And guess what? Those sports I was mentioning earlier are a bit more fun when you're performing well and you're winning. QC Kinetics will help you get back to those winning ways. Schedule your free consultation today. It's a great time to do it, to use your HSA and FSA for treatments. Call 501-214-5880. That's 501-214-5880. Call QC Kinetics to schedule your free consultation today.
This is Trey Schapp. Tune in each Friday morning at 5:30 right here on The Buzz as I bring you From the Shortgrass, presented by UAMS Health, Orthopedics, and Sports Medicine. If you like to hear interesting stories about the game of golf, this is for you. You can also find it wherever you get your podcasts.
If you're a bank needing GLBA compliance or a defense contractor looking for CMMC compliance, meet the team at Network Services Group with tailored solutions to help you navigate the complex regulatory landscape, allowing you to focus on what matters most, your clients and your growth. Don't gamble with compliance. Network Services Group, your partner in GLBA and CMMC compliance.
Services Group. One call does it all.
Whoa. More fiber?
What?
Down here, buddy. It's me, your spoon. Constipation with belly pain still coming back?
Yeah.
Talk to your doctor. It could be irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, but Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
You're listening to the Sunday Buzz on 103.7 The Buzz.
It brings us together.
And now, here's Bill Vickery.
Todd, I know you guys at the Democrat Gazette have been on top of this horrible tragedy at Connors State, where the kid from Bologna, Ethan Dietz, just got elbowed in hit in the perfect spot, and And then Channel 7's had the video. There's been some very good reporting surrounding this, where he goes down, he's holding his head, then he tries to get back in the game, then he goes and he got a towel over his head, and then of course, the team gets back to campus, and then of course, there's a 911 call, and it sort of spirals from there, and how he was hit and everything else. I did not realize until reading this morning, as we get a little further into this story, is that this is not the first time that a head injury like that has happened at Connors State. There was a year ago, something very similar happens. And by all accounts, this kid was beloved. And if you watch the video, clearly just a freak action that sends him down, but he was obviously in some kind of distress, because you can just sort of tell from the video as he leaves the game and he sits there, and the questions now become, was this preventable? Was it a chance to maybe, and it's, head injuries, we talk a lot, Todd, about concussion protocols and all that, and there's so much that we don't know, and it just is a horrific, horrible situation, and you feel for the family and this kid who was, again,
absolutely, who
was beloved over there, but it'll be interesting to see. I think this is one of those things one of those stories that this is not over, and this is the kind of story that changes policies at some point in time. So we touched on it. Notre Dame not in the college football playoff, and I am besieged with text messages now from Dave Latour. If you remember when he was in town, you should have let me choke him when I was close. We'll have to hear from now is not the right time to get Latour on the program. But needless to say, Todd, he's worked up. He's mustering some forces to. This is going to be rough. This is going to be rough on Hunter Yurachek. And again, it's a thankless job. What do you do? I don't understand the two non-power four. I understand Miami taking up the quote ACC slot. I get that. Smart. But both Tulane and JMU, and not Notre Dame.
Well, the thing that gives JMU and Tulane the nod is that they're conference champions.
Yes, but I mean, Bryant would have a better chance of competing against Oregon than JMU is going to have. The Bryant Hornets could go, and it's going to be it's not what I want to see as a college football fan. I want to see Notre Dame going to Oregon. We've got two first round games that are repeat games from the regular season, and then a 3-loss Alabama team that we're making enough with the conference championship games and enough with the picking a team, because just give me the 12 best teams. And it might be possible that this is going to be so poorly received that this will bring about the change that's necessary.
And our man, Hunter Yurachek, just now coming up on screen. So it'll be interesting to see how this is spun.
I don't want to see that clown car. Okay, Todd. I'm up here in New York, so let's get into the day's action in the National Football League. Bear with me one moment as I transition from my... Okay, here we go. Seattle, Atlanta. In Hotlanta, the surging Seattle Seahawks are a 7-point road favorite. Todd, who do you like?
And I think it's for good reason. Sam Darnold's been solid all year in his first year. There. So, give me the Seahawks.
How did Hunter Yurachek consult with the Minnesota Vikings about allowing Sam Darnold to just be let go? Is that What a year. You're right. Sam Darnold, difference maker in Seattle. I like the Seahawks on the road today, too. Bungles, Bills in the snow in North New York. Buffalo is a 6-point favorite. We both like Buffalo, right?
Yeah, give me Buffalo. I think, Joe Burrow certainly helps the Bengals cause, but it won't be enough.
Yeah. We like the Bills at home. In a game that I once saw a mule be beaten with a stick, and it would be a better, more humane thing than Titans-Browns in Cleveland today. Cleveland is a 3.5-point favorite, 1-11 versus 3-9. The battle of the rented mule.
Exactly. Give me Cleveland. Give me the home team.
I'm not picking this game in protest, just because the NFL shouldn't show it. This should be taken off my Sunday ticket.
I don't know that this even deserves tape delay.
Yeah, right. This shouldn't even be closed circuit. Commanders, Vikings, and Minnetonka. It's a pick'em game. Minnesota -1, but it's a pick'em.
And I think I can't remember if Jaden Daniels is playing or not.
But J.J. McCarthy is expected to play for Minnesota, so definitely I'm picking Washington in this one.
I'll take Minnesota to be contrarian.
Headed out to the Meadowlands after this, Dolphins-Jets here in Nyack. Miami's a 2.5-point favorite.
Give me the Mammals.
Okay, I think we both like the Mammals today. Going to pick it up a little bit. Saints, Bucks, and Tampa. Tampa is a 7.5-point favorite. Tampa. Big game today. Colts, Jaguars in Jacksonville. The Chris Kane Jacksonville Jaguars are a 2.5-point underdog.
I think Indy gets it right. Give me Indy.
I'll take Jacksonville at home today. Steelers, Ravens in an elimination game. Baltimore is a 5.5-point home favorite.
Give me Baltimore.
And by the way, Pittsburgh announcing they are not firing Mike Tomlin at the end of the season. So that's always a good vote of confidence.
Baltimore.
We'll take Baltimore too. Broncos, Ravens. Oh, this is easy. Broncos, Ravens, Broncos, Raiders in Vegas. Sorry, Denver 8-point favorite.
Give me the Broncos.
Yeah, Broncos. Bears, Packers in the NFC Black and Blue. This is in Titletown. Green Bay is a 6.5-point favorite.
Green Bay.
I'll take the Bears just to be contrarian. Rams, Cardinals in the desert. The Rams are a 9.5-point favorite. 9-3 versus 3-9. Rams. In a good one, Texans, Chiefs. Kansas City's a 3.5-point home favorite. I'm going to pick the Chiefs in this one.
Yeah, Chiefs need it.
That's tonight. Yep. Backs against the wall. Todd, excellent job producing the program today. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Safe travels on your way home.
Again, stunned. The Fighting Irish of Notre Dame out. The James Madison Revolutionary War Founding Fathers in, along with the Green Wave of Tulane. A 3-loss Alabama team in the college football playoff. Till next week, boys and girls, look out for number 1. Don't step in number 2.
Boulevard, my hair blowing in the wind, and I'd stop at fancy restaurants, and they'd finally let me in. I'd spend all my money